Yo, what's up guys? My name is Doxa. I am a former pro player for TSM and Evil Geniuses. This is my OP.GG. We are currently ranked 83 on the ladder, and we are a mid lane melee specialist, and Akali is a mid lane AP melee assassin, just like Locke. So this is a perfect champion for me to actually learn and show you guys how to play. His Q, basically you throw needles at people, 1, 2, 3, and you can use it 3 times and it goes on cooldown. Once the cooldown's back up, I will show you guys how to actually utilize it in a fight. So imagine this is the enemy champion here. You don't want to just throw Qs like this. That will slow them. So when you're chasing them, you can do that. But what you actually want to do is Q, auto, Q, auto, Q, auto. And that way, you'll weave in the passive and you will do the most damage possible. For his W, you get a massive movement speed buff and you get gray health. So every time someone attacks you, you can heal it back up. So this ability is very similar to Tahm Kench E. So what you would like to use this ability when you're going for an all-in or if you're avoiding ganks. So an all-in would look like, okay, I'm gonna click W and I'm gonna Q, auto, Q, auto, Q, auto, and then heal up while doing so. Or you can use this ability to actually run away. Let's say you're getting ganked. You need to dodge a Blitzcrank hook coming here. You could quickly move it to the side and get away. You can also use it to gap close. You're trying to chase down your opponent. You start running forward at them and then slowing them with your Qs. So Locke's E, I think, is pretty OP. I'm not gonna lie, guys. You basically dash like this, and then your next auto attack is a dash towards the enemy. So I'm gonna show you guys again. You can dash anywhere, and then next auto is gonna be a auto to the enemy while you dash at them. If you actually E on top of them, as shown here, you can damage them here and then damage them with the auto as well. When you get kills, your E actually resets as well, so it's very, very OP tool. Especially in team fights, you E towards someone, you get the reset, you E again, E away possibly, or E back in to go on another target. That being said, a basic trade pattern in lane when you have all abilities after level 3 would be something like this. A mage just trying to poke you. Okay. You click your W, E towards them, and then Q, auto, Q, auto, Q. And then you back off and then you regenerate with your gray health. So basically you dash into them with your W and then you just rip a full combo and then call it a day. Locke's ult, boom. Basically everyone that gets hit by it gets slowed, and do you see that circular time right there? You see that time is ticking. If you can kill the enemy or get the enemy low enough for the threshold, I believe it's brought below 10%, then he will just instantly die. So that's all you need to know. It's very straightforward, this champion. It's very easy to understand his abilities, so it's not going to be overwhelming at all, to be honest. And then here he goes. That's what happens. Locke's runes are actually pretty simple and straightforward. You want to take the electrocute because once again he's an AP assassin. You want to be dashing in, proccing the electrocute, and doing as much damage as possible. And to follow up with that, you want to be taking sudden impact. What did I just say? You're dashing in, so it's going to proc sudden impact, so you're going to do a lot more damage. And I personally like the ultimate hunter on him or the relentless hunter. The relentless hunter is actually very good because you can actually, once you start getting these stacks, you can roam around and be more mobile. Ultimate Hunter obviously enables you to have ult more, and you can be more explosive when you have your ult. So these two are interchangeable. It depends on what you're feeling. I personally like the Ultimate Hunter, and the secondary rune page does not change. It's always going to be Resolve. The rune of choice here is either going to be Second Wind or Bum Plating. You want to take Second Wind against ranged champions, and you want to take Bum Plating against melee champions or champions that have quick burst like LeBlanc, like possibly something like an Annie that bursts you quickly, so the bum plating will protect you. And for the bottom here, you want to go Overgrowth, or you want to go Unflinching. Unflinching, you gain armor and magic resist when you receive crowd control, so something like a Malzahar, when he ults you, you'll be more tankier, or a Lissandra, when she ults you as well, you'll be more tankier. Otherwise, you just want to run the Overgrowth setup. And for the runes down here, it's Adaptive Force, HP. Pretty simple stuff. And let me tell you what, this rune setup is exactly like Akali's rune setup, which basically they're both AP assassin melee mid laners, so it makes sense. When it comes to Locke's item path, it's actually very similar as Akali's. Wow, what a surprise. 2 AP melee assassin mids. Anyways, against melees, you would want to take the Doran's Ring, and against range, you would want to take the Doran's Shield. And the reason for this is Doran's Shield actually restores 4 HP every 5 seconds, and after taking damage from a champion, restore up to 30 HP over 8 seconds. This means that Locke is a melee mid that gets poked down a lot by the range champions that actually outrange him. So you need this survivability for your laning phase, and once you start basing, you can add on to maybe a Dark Seal or a Amplifying Tomb, and that's where your damage is going to come from. The level 1 to 3 is more about survivability, especially against ranged champions. Just like how any assassin is played, like Zed as well as Kiana. That being said, the most important thing is Locke's first item, which I will take Lich Bane. This can change in the future, but for now, this is what I find that works. If you saw how I was using Locke's abilities, I was Q autoing. Guess what? Each one of those autos, you can proc a potential Lich Bane on that. So Lich Bane has a lot of good synergy with Locke, and not only that, Lich Bane gives you movement speed, which Locke will utilize to Q auto, and really stick on your opponent as well. When it comes to boots, more times than not, you will just run Sorks. You are an AP assassin once again, so Sorks will be the item of choice. And this is where things get interesting and things can get really creative. In the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th items, I personally just build like Akali. Well, we don't have enough information on Locke yet, but what we do know is that this champion plays exactly like the champion I main, and it has a very similar playstyle. It's AP, it's an assassin. Said that about 1 billion times, but it's very important to see other champions that play like him and see what they build. So instead of going Gunblade like Akali does first item, you go Lich Bane, and after that the build stays the same, which is the Shadow Flame second item, and then after that it is the Zhonya's. Assassins utilize Zhonya's really well, even if they don't have too much AD on the enemy team. You can use your full combo cooldown, Zhonya's, and then by the time you come out of your Zhonya's, you'll have another rotation of skills. And after that, you can go Death Cap. And to round out your build, you go Void Staff. So this is exactly what a full build on Locke would look like. Exactly the same as Akali, except the first item will be Lich Bane. If you guys are interested in mid lane educational videos, and if you want to see more Locke in the future, please give me a like and subscribe. Now let's head into the gameplay. Here we are playing Locke, and we're versing Pyke mid. We're gonna start our Q, and let's play super aggressive here because Locke level 1 versus a melee champion is actually very strong. When he's versing a ranged champion, he's kind of weak, and he needs to farm up for his level 3 so he could look to all in. But since I don't have to get poked by far, we can do something like this. Very nice, really good trade. We also had bone plating, so Pyke's damage didn't fully go through. We're just gonna try to farm and wait for Electrocute once again. Okay, dodge the hook. Once we have Electrocute, we will look to proc it and start spamming Q on him again. And on Locke, it's very important that you actually weave your autos between Qs. Of course, if it's like this, you can't really weave the autos. But ideally, when you're fighting someone, you want to be weaving them to do the maximum amount of damage. Pyke has Doran's Shield and a potion. Okay. We have E now. Okay, there we go. And then our E resets after kills, so we can just go dash in, kill him, and then dash out. Very simple stuff. Honestly, I will say this E needs to get nerfed for sure. I think the cooldown on it is too short, especially when you can actually get a reset when you get a kill. So that doesn't make too much sense, but we're not here to judge. We're just here to play the champion. That being said, we bought a Dark Seal and we bought boots because we had 650 gold. Perfect for a Dark Seal and boots. And we are also got First Blood, which means it's a pretty good indicator that we're going to be snowballing this game. Okay, Q. That procs Electrocute. And we're going to let the wave push in. He's too close to his tower for me to like all in and kill him. At the end of the day, like I do have my Qs that I could poke with like this. But Locke is a assassin champion. So you want to be doing assassin-like things, such as all-inning, Okay. We're gonna click W here. Oh, wow. Okay, so Silas is here. We're gonna have to flash if he... Okay. He missed. Dodge that as well. I'm gonna start queuing so I can kite away. Okay, it looks like we see Silas walking away, so we're gonna walk back. That was a pretty good evade there, just from my movements alone. Okay. That's fine. Oh, he walked back in. We can put our W, and then we're gonna look to kill him with E in 3, 2, 1, and he should be dead here, and it will E back as well. This is crazy. This E on Locke is just, I don't think it's balanced, I'll be honest, but it is what it is once again. We do need to find a base timer, so we'll actually let this crash in so the turret can actually help us kill these minions. Once we catch this minion wave, we're just gonna have the base, regardless of how the wave is looking. Okay, and we're gonna look for a base here. Once again, I'm glad we bought the Dark Seal, because we did get 2 stacks now. And what you want to do is, what I've been finding really useful is the Lich Bane start into, Lich Bane start into Shadow Flame Zhonya's. That's like the Akali build, except Akali goes Gunblade instead of the Lich Bane. She is another AP mid melee champion, just like Locke, that they're both assassins. So it makes sense that their kits, or their build is quite similar. Okay. And at this point in the game, we're like so strong. As soon as we're in E range, we can look to all in, or do some sort of a poke trade. Right now, bot lane looks kind of like, okay. Also looking at other lanes to see if we can roam there. There we go. He was not expecting that damage. Honestly, I kind of wasn't either, like, to be completely honest. We're gonna Q auto. Okay. Now we have ulti. And we can E the turret as well, by the way. So when you're hitting the turrets, we're trying to get plates. E by the side of you and hit the turret like this. Oh god. Let's turn on our W. Yeah, we're dead. Okay, so also we figured out we shouldn't be Eing the turret when we could possibly be in risk of getting ganked, because once you use your E, that is your only escape. You have your W, but your W just gives you movement speed, which is actually quite nice, but it's not a dash like this. So be careful when your E is down. When your E is down, you're vulnerable. I found out the hard way. Okay, bot lane's fighting, top lane's fighting. Okay. This Samira is getting quite fed. I don't like that. I'm gonna try to look to roam bot here shortly. Honestly, I'm gonna look to roam bot right now. I think it is a good angle here. They need to push this wave in. They're 1 HP. Okay, they might just back off, but oh yeah. Oh, we are on a ward as well, so we're just gonna go back mid here, and we're gonna drop a ward at the same time. Make sure we have vision. Okay, let's be careful about that. Getting hooked into under tower. He should be dead. Okay, no pike passive. So we're doing a little bit of limit testing, and also like, as you can see, when you E in as Locke, like you cannot escape. So it's very, very important that when you E in, you're gonna be fine afterwards. We're gonna walk back mid, and obviously this is still like our first 5 game playing Locke, so we're gonna be doing a bit of limit testing. But for the sake of this video, I definitely don't think I should be limit testing anymore. Okay, Q, and Q. I think the best thing to do this game is to actually roam bot. The action is happening bot. Pyke is sitting under his turret with his hookup. Now that he's mid, actually, let's go for a plate. Nice. And maybe we can look bot here. They're quite low. She does not have a shutdown. but I can definitely get her under the turret. We have our ultimate ability that actually executes as well. So go this way. Dash as well. Okay, E out. Very nice. Okay, Pike came all the way from top and got her butthole. And got another double kill, but that's okay. We did get a kill. The execute doesn't do that much in the early levels, as you saw right there. It wasn't overwhelming or anything like that. But in the later levels, it will actually pack a punch. Use your E to get to lane faster. Good job, guys. And now Pike has some gold, so this is actually going to be a lot more entertaining than just us just hard stomping Pike on repeat. Okay, uses Q. He still has his E, but he's going to be in range here, so let's just poke him. And use our W for movement speed. You don't always have to use W to do the damage. What I find is useful is Eing in, Qing, and after you're done your Q combos, you use W to get away. Just like how a phase rush should be used. Like you could do that, evade the hook, and we're gonna do that a lot more now. Let's word here. And the thing about Locke is that you can really spam your abilities because your mana doesn't get drained too easily. Like right now, we don't even have a single mana item, and we're not getting drained. Okay, he's one. We have potions, we have ignite, we have everything coming back up. Okay. He's 1 HP, unfortunately. And we have a Pike behind us, so let's get the hell out of here. Got him. And Pike can actually dash over the wall. Or Silas, rather. So let's hug the bot side, and now that he's here, let's just run down. Okay, you're crazy, Silas. You're very, very crazy. We're just gonna WA. And then E over this wall. Okay, we can hit this as well for good luck. And we'll be on our way back to base. Yeah, lots of action bot lane. We're gonna look to push mid and roam bots. I think that's the best play. And here, I'm gonna actually look to go Sorks. I can also go Vamp Boots, the Omni Vamp Boots. Building him exactly how I would build Akali, as they're very, very similar champions with quite similar playstyles as well. We're 2 levels on Pike now. Q. We got Electrocute proc right there, and we pushed the wave at the same time. Hitting the wave and hitting the enemy champion is ideal, so you can get pushed while poking him down. Now that we poked him down a bit, let's actually look to roam bot. We're on a ward right now, but we're gonna hope that he is occupied with that trade, and we're gonna go flank him. Okay. Wow! Pike could be coming. Okay, let's take this. Thank you very much. We don't want to go too crazy on the Milio. I guess we could dive him here, but like... Alright, there we go. There's the Pike. Yeah, okay, we're just wasting our time here. There's nothing. We use everything. They're under turrets. And there's the Silas coming at us. So let's try to... Okay, get the hell out of here. Wow, that actually hit me. I'm gonna use my W for movement speed to get out. Okay. Got him. We saved his butt. And there's 3 people bot, so we're gonna defend bot just for a second here. Try to get some Qs on the Samira here. Doesn't do too much damage without the auto attack. Okay, our Yone is sleeping behind them. We don't really have ult, but we do have every basic ability up. Ult in 10 seconds here. I'm going to play this a little bit slow and calculated. I'm going to go for the Milio to get my E reset. Nice. And we're gonna E again onto the Samira. We have ult, but I don't think I need it. Very nice. E away. And then let's get the Silas as well. Q, auto, Q, auto, Q. And then we can E away. Wow, this champion is very, very fun. And once you start getting that reset, you can really like pop the hell off. We get Sork Boots, and then we're gonna go Shadow Flame. And actually, because we're not really laning too much and we're roaming rather, I will get the Red Ward. And what the Red Ward does is it ensures that you're not seen. Locke is an assassin champion that doesn't want to be seen, because when assassins aren't seen, you're just 2 times more deadlier. And that's how you're supposed to like play this style. Be unseen, assassinate the carries. So we're gonna go Red Ward here. The Yellow Ward doesn't really help us too much. We haven't really been getting ganked anyways. I see Pyke. He's dead though, so I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna look to get the first tower here. Okay, nice. Gonna look to push this one more here, and then possibly look for a gank bot side. Okay. I'm gonna try to 2v1 here. We're not even gonna ult at the moment. Okay. We're gonna see what this Pyke does. He still has dash. Oh, unlucky. We barely got clipped by his dash at the end there. Okay. And the game plan for us does not change. Like, just because we went for that 2v1, we died mid, like, but we got 2 kills, like, it doesn't change anything. We're gonna look to push mid and roam bot once again. Wow. Barely lived. And honestly, I'm gonna sell my Thorn's Ring because I can afford my second item. I hate selling my starter item because starter items are actually, like, really strong in terms of stats. But if you can afford your second item, you just have to go for that. Okay, Samira's... Okay. Very interesting. Okay, nice. Well, okay, this is like a cheeky play that a lot of high elo players do. But what you want to do is, first of all, let me sweep on the way here. What you want to do is wait in this bush, and when Samira comes back for the bot wave, he will not expect someone to be here. Okay, now he will because the turret died. So we're just gonna show. The idea was to camp here. Samira walks up for the bot lane wave, and then I will just kill him. But it looks like Samira's dead anyways. Okay, and then make sure you weave in your autos again for the Lich Bane proc. Bam, bam, bam. You can basically proc Lich Bane 3 times with 1 Q. So make sure you abuse that for maximum amount of damage. Okay. We see everyone on the map, so there's 3 people here. Interesting. Playing very scared, rightfully so. I'm pretty strong. Silas wants his wolves. Let's go fight him. This is gonna be a crazy coin flip fight, but we're gonna try. Alright, yeah, we need to get out. Yeah, we knew it was bad. We tried it anyways. The game's kind of like... It's very, like, they're playing very safe. There's not much objectives. So we're trying to make stuff happen, which we obviously shouldn't. We shouldn't be forcing. But, at this point in the game, like, I want to end the game fast as possible. Because there's no point in, like, stalling the game out. It just gives us room to lose. So we're going to look to try to go bot and actually start split pushing. Because I'm not sure if you guys know, assassins thrive in the side lane. In the mid lane, assassins don't do as well, especially during lane versus a mage, because you get poked down a lot and it's hard to engage on them. Since mid lane is such a short lane, once you get into the side laning, you have a long lane you could play with, and you could all in from distance, chase people down, and really be explosive. So we're gonna side lane down here and look to get some towers, and we're gonna try to create pressure. We're gonna try to bring people to our lane, and then either look to roam away and gank other lanes, or if no one answers me, we can get some turret plates. So start doing that right now. RIP Cannon. And we see Pyke and Nasus mid, so there's only 2 people that could be here, which is Samira and the Melia. Okay, Salas just respawned. He could be here as well. Let's play a little bit careful. Yeah, they're playing ultra safe. The answer to ending this game is, okay, we have Rift Herald, that's one. And the other one is just to look to get the Baron. Okay, I'm gonna stand right here, and as they walk in, I'm on a word for sure. I did not know that. We can use our W to gap close onto Melio. Q, auto. Nice. 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 Our ult does not reach. Boom! Yes, it does. Very nice game. GG.